Hi, welcome back to another video. No part of your body takes a greater beating than your shoulders. That has always been the case, but even more so in recent years. This is because we spend so much of our time hunched over our computers and smartphones, moving less and sitting more. As a result, our glutes are deactivated, our hips locked, and our shoulders hunched forward. As a health and fitness professional, I often come across gym goers with exercise-related shoulder injuries, often related to poor choice of exercises or using suboptimal techniques. Watch till the end of this video and I will demonstrate to you the 10 exercises that you should stay away from to avoid shoulder injuries and the alternative exercises available. If you like this video and find this useful, please click the like button. Please leave your comments below and share this video. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future weekly video release. Please also subscribe to this channel. This is completely free of charge, but will help the channel to grow. Thank you. The first exercise to avoid is lateral raises with palms or thumbs down. This is because this position puts your shoulders in internal rotation, reducing the subacromial space, increasing the risk of impingement through compression of the rotator cuff muscles against the bony surface in the shoulder. What you should do instead is to maintain a thumb up position to decrease the risk of the compression. But if you have any history of shoulder issues or feel discomfort while performing lateral raises, I recommend doing shoulder scaptions instead. Scaptions refer to raising your arms from your side and slightly forward. The arms move through the scapular plane with the thumbs on top. Sometimes it is referred to as scapular plane elevation. Start standing with a dumbbell in each hand, arms at your sides, palms facing down. Raise your core, draw your shoulder blades towards the center of your spine, which helps to open your chest. Now, externally rotate your shoulder and lift the dumbbells in front of your body at about 45-degree angle in the scapular plane. Raise the weights until they are slightly above the shoulder height. Lower the weights back down with control. Next exercise to avoid is the behind the neck shoulder presses. Shoulder press or military press is typically okay for the shoulders if it is done correctly. If you use a barbell, make sure you lower it in front of your body to your chest. Do not lower it behind your neck. This can cause abnormal forces on your shoulders and neck and can compress the rotator cuff muscles against any bony surfaces in the shoulder. With higher loads especially, military press behind the neck can lead to injury. People sometimes do the press behind the neck because at the bottom position, it puts more tension on the trapezius and deltoid. But this exercise just isn't worth it to me, as it comes with a sizable risk of shoulder injury without having more payoff than other shoulder press variations. In general, the difference between this press and the standard shoulder press is negligible. Plus, most people likely don't have the shoulder mobility to perform a behind the neck press properly without stretching the joints or putting pressure on their lower back. Well, if you perform overhead presses, keep the bar in front of your body allows for more natural movement and may limit the rotator cuff muscles compression. If there is pain in the shoulder at the top of the press movement, discontinue the exercise and consider alternative shoulder strengthening exercises. For example, a dumbbell shoulder press is a good option to improve shoulder position and keep the weight even from right to left. However, if you have rotator cuff issues or have had rotator cuff repair, overhead press exercises are typically not recommended. Like the behind the neck shoulder presses, pulling or pressing anything behind the neck puts undue strain on the rotator cuff and neck while providing no additional value to the shoulders. What you should do instead, pull the bar in front of the neck towards your sternum. Next exercise to avoid, shoulder upright rows. With your shoulders in internal rotation, the position of an upright row can compress the rotator cuff against the bony arch, that is a acromion process. These can result in impingement and wear and tear to your supraspinatus tendon. This move was popularized by bodybuilders in the 80s because it hits the deltoid hard. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, though it did little for the functional aspects of the shoulder. But people in the 80s didn't spend their days sitting at computers and hunch over the smartphones, rounding their shoulders. So instead of doing the shoulder upright rows, what you should do instead, Lie face down on a gym ball and bring your shoulder blades together to raise your arm to a Y shape. 10 times, and then a set of T shape for 10 times. You will strengthen and stabilize the shoulders, counteracting the effect of sitting and reducing the risk of shoulder injury. Well, if you find that it's not challenging enough, add a pair of light dumbbells. Next exercise to avoid, tricep dips. Although this exercise is primarily for the triceps, the shoulder muscles are secondary movers here and they get put in really awful position during this exercise. I rarely see any reason good enough to include this in the workouts. Instead, my favorite swap is an overhead tricep extension because the arms involved is extended overhead, meaning that you activate the long head of your triceps to a greater degree than in other tricep exercises. Next exercise to avoid, tricep bench dips. This exercise again place your shoulders in a position of internal rotation and can apply abnormal amount of stress to the biceps and rotator cuff muscles and tendons. So consider alternative tricep exercises. Next exercise to avoid ring dips. You should avoid risking severe rotator cuff damage by dipping on the rings. You might want to leave this workout to the pro gymnast instead of risking doing serious damage to your shoulders by doing them incorrectly. What you should do instead, medicine ball push-up. This is a much safer exercise than ring dips to build shoulder stability. Place your hands on the side of the ball and lower slowly before pushing back up. Next exercise to avoid are the kipping pull-ups. These swinging pull-ups popularized by CrossFit should be avoided to prevent shoulder injury. Most of us non-gymnasts lack the shoulder stability to pull this off without risking a rotator cuff tear. Unless you are training for CrossFit competition, you should avoid this exercise. What you should do instead, a conventional pull-up with an overhand grip or a chin-up with an underhand grip. Draw your shoulder blades together to lift yourself up. Squeezing the shoulder blades back and down not only builds shoulders, it counteracts the effect of sitting. Next exercise to avoid battling ropes. While they are a great conditional workout, many people don't have the strength and mobility in the shoulders to start attacking battling ropes right away. You are flinging your shoulders around violently one at a time. What you should do instead, grab a pair of dumbbells or kettlebells and walk around the room once or twice, keeping your shoulders back and down. Your posture perfect and you will strengthen your shoulders rather than damaging them. Now the last exercise to avoid is the kettlebell swing. Well, this is a terrific move powered by your lower body, specifically the glutes and your hamstrings. Unfortunately, many people who sit a lot are so tight in these areas that they swing from the shoulders, making it a dangerous move. The kettlebell swing isn't meant to be a shoulder move, so we're going to substitute something that will ensure you don't try to make it one. The goblet squat encourages proper squatting form and glute activation. So once you have mastered the goblet squat, you will perform a kettlebell swing with proper form using the glutes and hammies. So how about these popular exercises? For example, is the rowing machine bad for the rotator cuff? The quick answer is that rowing exercises are typically good for the shoulders because they increase strength around the shoulder blades, which help to stabilize the shoulders. It is important to keep the elbows down near the side when performing rows to avoid pinching the rotator cuff. Also maintain an erect posture while using the rowing machine to avoid irritating the back and shoulders. How about push-ups? Well, if your shoulders are healthy, then push-ups are not bad for the shoulders. But they must be performed correctly. Keep the elbows near the body. This can help to avoid pinching the rotator cuff muscles against the bones in the shoulders. If you experience pain, try changing the arm position or angle a little, but you should seek further medical advice if you continue to experience pain while performing push-ups. I hope you find these tips useful. If you are in any doubt or if you experience persistent pain while performing any exercises, please take medical advice as soon as possible to avoid further damage. We'll see you next week. Until then, take care. Thank you for watching until the end. If you like this video, please click the like button. Please leave your comments below and share this video. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future weekly video release. Please also subscribe to this channel. This is free of charge but will help the channel to grow. If you're interested in improving your health and fitness or losing weight, if you suffer from or wish to prevent back pain, please take a look at my book, which is now available from Amazon worldwide. Thank you.